Okay, now let's take a look at this here and see if it's a genuine Harley. So genuine Harley has writing right in here. And you can see the writing in there. This is actually a genuine Harley one. It's also a genuine bent. Severely bent. Now we can try to straighten this a little bit, but this is a pot metal, so it doesn't really like to go back once it's been screwed up. So to straighten this, you got to be very careful with it. So you got to put something here, like a piece of wood works pretty good in here. Something straight and solid, and beat it down a little bit. Beat on the rim in here and also up on the outside edge. Because if you just hit on the bottom here, it's going to probably break that out. And you can see if you lay it on a flat table, it will bend it down a little bit. So let's see what we got around here. Oh, I got a hammer. Now, a little bit of heat would help too to soften the metal up a little bit, but not too much. A couple hundred degrees, maybe 250 max. Not doing much. Pretty tough. If you get it too hard, you're just going to break it in half. So just one of those deals. What do we got right here? Straight we can beat on it with a piece of metal. What are we going to use for a piece of metal? Let's go see what we can find. Something by the press over here. Let's put some pressure on that thing too. These rims are very expensive, so we gotta make sure we don't break it. It doesn't mean we're not gonna get forceful with it though. Perfect. Look what I found. Nice piece of aluminum block. Oh, look at that. It's like it's made for it. Boom. A few hundred pounds of pressure, never hurt anybody. It's a good way to break things. It'd be nice if I had something the right size and just push down on it. Maybe something like that. Yeah, a little bit on the big side. Not wide enough and too long. We got something else we can use. Oh, look at that. Like it's made for it. Oh, that's perfect. That's exactly what we needed. Boom. Let's put this in sideways. Oh, look at that. It's even better. It's even perfect. It's like these tools are made for this around here. Okay. Let's see if we can break it. A little pressure. A little steel hammer so I can beat on a little bit with steel to kind of shock it a little bit. The molecules. Shocking device, steel hammer. Just kind of letting it know. See, there's not a lot of pressure there. I can move it, see. It has pressure though. A little extra. And I'm hitting aluminum block, not the other piece. thing. Getting a little better. Still bent. Push on that side this way. So that's beating the side in there a little flatter. Do it from the other side now a little bit. I got pressure on, but not a ton. So a couple 100 pounds maybe. I'm kind of working it in a little at a time. It's still bent pretty good, but this part here is getting straighter. So now we need to kind of bend the whole thing down a little bit. How are we going to do that? I'm thinking just a big block. Something big and heavy like that. A little pressure, not a ton. Kind of want you mushing down below there. Not sure what you're looking at there. I saw it mush out slightly when I went that way. Maybe like half a ton of pressure. I just kind of went down until I kind of felt it kind of stopped. And I stopped. Still bent, but it's getting better. It's not very flat. Okay, this time I'm going to do the same thing again. Ooh, something popped. I gave a little on the press. Buckled here in the back. See, I bent it up right there. That was bad. We don't want to be doing that. Don't do that. I don't see a crack, but it's also bent that way too if you look at it. It's not straight there either. So we need to get our block further back, but it won't go that far back. I'm going to bend that down. That'll pull that all back in where it belongs. We're not going to ever make it perfect, but at least I'm trying to pull it back semi-flat. You can also put them on the block here and here and kind of push in the middle. A little extra pressure right there where you need it. Right like this. In between two blocks. That's pretty dangerous though. Be extremely careful when you do that. It's a good way to break things badly. I'm at the bend here, not here, so move the block in a little further. The bead on thing kind of normalizing a little bit deeper. Get in the mood to move. Starting to look a little better. I don't know if I want to keep pushing that too much more. It's definitely working it over pretty hard. Gotta get this other side halfway back together now. And a piece of metal goes in there. This block's a little fatter. That one's even bigger. Not, it's a little bit too wide though to go in there. If this was radiused off, it would work better. Piece of flat stock, same problem. Without making the piece of metal I need, we're going to have to just go smoothly and easily. So I'm going to push a little bit at a time, slide the side back and forth a little bit. Really want something on the back side here to equalize the height variation so it doesn't just rotate down on us. It's a little piece of strap metal. Something like that. About the same thickness when we're done. Give you kind of an idea where you're at too. Could be a little thicker than that, but it'll work. Help a little bit. More. Closer. Definitely needs to be thicker. Feel the gap between the two surfaces here. Needs to be a little more in this again. Now, the problem is everything else I got is too thick. And too big. So I got some machining tools for doing that. A little shim stock. Oh, I got that right there. Still a little bit too thin. Of course, these are bent too still. They're not where they need to be yet. Alright, I need a little bit more thickness. Got some little aluminum shims over here somewhere. There we go. Piece of sheet metal you keep laying around for shimming purposes. Like that. So we can just add these and take them out as needed. Get the right height. So now I can put pressure on there and I won't damage it. It's a little bit too high now. Like that. It's too high. These are probably the same thickness. Oh, this one's actually a little thinner. So use that in this. Oh, that feels pretty good. This actual little piece of channel here, so we don't want to bend it too much. So that should make it just about right. Okay, so now I got something I can bend that one down and not overbend it, which is a big improvement. So far I haven't broken anything yet. We did hear a crack though, but I don't see no evidence of what broke. So now you can see how it's a little bit higher on this side than that side, so we know we're too thick on our shim. Okay. Push a little bit on that side. bad. Let's see. People ever heard of hammer and dolly? That's the dolly. That's the hammer. Looks that straighten around, a little bit straighter. Still not perfect, but it's getting better, see? A lot better than this side over here. This side's not very flat and round. I'm going to make it better. Same deal. Just keep working on it. And eventually, if you don't break it, it'll be good. Side still needs more on this side. Good side to hit on now. Better. So here still needs to go in more. Still see if we can work on that back side there a little bit. Let's see if we go like this, stick it like that. Tension on it. Back it up with that. A couple love taps to see what happens. It's a lot more straighter now. Oh yeah, it's not so, definitely not so curved. Looking better. Still pretty bowed, but big improvement over what it was. Okay, so let's see what we're going to do here. Just kind of run it through. It's definitely still blowing it up a little bit. I think I broke it. Oh yeah, it broke. Right through the hole. She broke. When I hit it over here, I felt it get soft. Yep, went too far. That was when it was really bent bad too. Alright, we better start screwing with that too much. We're not going to make that any better. Alright. So this is an original one too. These are worth about 50-60 bucks, this piece. We haven't destroyed it yet, but it ain't new. Let's see if we can make it usable. Okay, so now put this piece in there. using my block I need. Square that up a little bit. This one is pretty square. That's pretty good. Trying to get that square on that back corner. Okay, that looks a little better. Crack's opening up though now. It's definitely opening up. Okay. For the front, let's do the front here a little bit. Definitely bowed up on that side. Yeah, she ain't very flat over there. This corner's way up in the air, which is the one that's broken. It's the bowed corner. Yeah, it's the side that's bent up quite a bit. We already know it's bent. Now that it's broken free, maybe we can flatten it more. It's already damaged, so it's just you want to keep screwing with it or stop. Now right now you can put some JB weld on the inside in here, hold it together, and you'll see the crack, but it won't be too bad. They got some fancy low temperature aluminum brazing rod to use. You go in there, V that out slightly and weld it just a little bit right there. See if that stuff will stick. It's more like solder, not aluminum, so it melts very easily. It doesn't really fill anything. So it'll probably hold it together, but it'll be about it. But it's bowed pretty bad, as you can tell. This other side we got a lot straighter and flatter. This one just was bent so much it didn't want to come back. It tore itself apart, basically, what happened. I saw a little hairline crack right at the top screw, and it went all the way down. But that's the risk when you're trying to straighten things. Alright, I think we got about as much we can do out of this one without totally destroying it. Still got a pretty heavy bow to it, though. If I want to, I can take this and V it slightly and bend it back square and then weld it back up. I can weld pot metal. It's difficult, but I can do it. So if you do that, you can make it a lot straighter because you're taking out the metal that's stretched. That's why it's so fat right there. And if you get rid of that stretched metal, it'll fit together a lot better. So that might be something I might do. I don't know. It's bent really bad, so about that much. See, about a 50 thou worth there. See how much I'm holding it right now to make it straight. That's what needs to be done to it. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. I managed to break it. Oh well, I got close though. I haven't destroyed it just yet, but I didn't help it a lot. It helped a little bit, but there's a give and take between helping and breaking. Okay. Either way, it isn't original. So we're putting on our light. It's going to go on our light. You see how much it bows up here on the... You see how much when I put it on, it bows right over here. See, it's pretty good. Got a significant bow to it. So, see this other side, it sits down. We got it sitting pretty flat on this side. See, it's just laying there. It's pretty good. If this side didn't crack, it would have held down also. Let's see, it's bowed up because it's bent. So, now when you tighten these screws down, it will pull down straight. I don't have a glass lens to put in here right now, so we're gonna just put together without anything, because a broken plastic lens has really no value. I'd rather have the no lens in there than that piece of crap one in there. Okay, these are the original screws because they're just the right length. See how they just barely stick out. Go down till it just touches. Okay. And this one here, let's go down until it just touches on that side too. So now you can see how it's pulled in. So that's, you can see how it needs to be. A little bit cleaner brake. It needs to be cleaned up just a little bit to make it where it needs to be. So it kind of pops when I push my thumb on it. Holds it in. So, me, I'd probably V it slightly, not much. Push it together, and then weld it right here with that fancy welding rod and see if it takes. If it would, that would do it. But more than likely, it probably would not work. And so you can see how this one's still bowed up on this corner too. Put pressure on that thing. But anyway, that's where we're at now. But it is an original part still. Just a broken one. Now, is it better being bent or broken? Toss up. Either way, they're not very good. Alright, so we're a little bit better on this light. So this is that early 47 to early 48 light. So right now everything here is original. It's not broken except for the frame, but oh well. I would still run it on my bike because it's still original. The original is better than repop. The only thing wrong with this light here is it's got a nick right in here for like wire or something to go through here. Not sure why they did that, but other than that, it's a pretty good light other than that. So, getting there. One more part. And this one here, it's broken, so it'll take a lot of effort to weld that up. So this is still a parts piece. You got another lens in here, another clip, and a rubber that actually is a little bit rubbery still. It actually kind of moves. Yeah, this one's still, we can put this in another light because it actually will come out without destroying itself. And so we got a couple bolts here we can steal. Oh. Might as well steal those too. It's parts light. Steal some parts. So let's put those in the back of here. Those threads need to be cleaned up, but it's going in. There you go. Where'd my lock washer go? I don't know. It fell. Alright. More and more of a light. We're getting there. I need the lens. So, we'll keep hunting. There you go.